Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rumble Explained. My name is Myles Anderson. I'm a professional joke explainer, and we will be looking at comedy's biggest website. Here, everybody can say and do what they want, and that's the building block of comedy. A lot of people think it's jokes, but it's actually being able to say and do whatever you want. So, welcome to the stream. Welcome, chatters. I'm so excited to share some Rumble comedy with you guys today. We've covered a few comedians on this channel before, which are pretty big on Rumble. Tucker Carlson is very large on Rumble. Steven Crowder, Dave Rubin. There's some people that we haven't covered yet. We've also watched Janet Porter, the sort of the genius mind behind What's a Girl to Do. She's got some stuff on Rumble as well. Also, we've got Vince from HamWow. He has a very large presence on Rumble, and by large presence, I mean a small handful of videos that we should probably check out. I'm thinking of checking out Vince from HamWow right off the bat because he's got a really funny sketch there. We covered it on Twitch a couple weeks ago, but it was so funny. I feel like I should share it with our enormous YouTube audience. Danny Miranovic says, I'm so glad you guys got a gambling sponsorship. You're hitting it big. Yeah, big thanks. Big shout out to PFPG Bets for sponsoring the stream. If you guys don't know what PFPG is, it's a sports show that was partnered with the Bachelors of Music a few years ago. And it's a great series where people would bet on people fighting in public who would win. And it's very fun. It's a really cool show, very competitive. Let's go right to Rumble. Let's go right over here for a second here. We got a nice little swipe transition for you, courtesy of Brian. Thank you, Brian, for that. All right, so we're gonna check out. We're gonna go right ahead, and this is Rumble. I don't know if you guys have been to Rumble. You guys should check it out. It's like I said, it's sort of the center of the comedy universe, where uncensored comedy can take place. As you can see, there's a lot of huge comics. Right off the front page, you got Donald Trump, Dan Bong, I know, Roseanne, she's there. The Nun Report, Dan Nunn, 2 N's. But yeah, it's a great website. And the science of sketch comedy with Steven Crowder. We're going to be looking at that later, I think, as well. Steven Crowder is one of my favorite comedians working today. Definitely one of the best. Jordan B. Peterson, also super, super funny guy. Very intellectual comedian. Let's I'm going to start out with Vince from HamWow, just because I need you guys to see this sketch. So, I think he may have known we were going to be coming here. Let's just try and type it. Maybe his stage name is just HamWow. HamWow. Yeah, the HamWow guy. There we go. Okay. So, this is called HamWow. This sketch is called HamWow. It's a spoof of the famous towel from many years ago, ShamWow. You might recognize it. But he does comedy now. Vince, he has a movie as well called Inappropriate Comedy, which featured the recent Oscar winner Adrian Brody. I think the full thing is on YouTube, but it's not on Rumble, and people on YouTube can be very litigious. So we're going to just be checking out ShamWow. Vince takes on wokeism and Howard Stern. Yes. Yeah, Howard used to be fun. But he's way too woke now. And the origin of ShamWow. Yeah, that's pretty cool that he thought of that idea of a towel all those years ago. Entrepreneurs, they are different than the rest of us. They have bold ideas like a towel that could dry everything. Okay, so let's check out HamWow, the official ShamWow spoof. It's very funny that he's making fun of himself because obviously the ShamWow is how he built his career. So obviously HamWow, the first joke, is right here in the title. Because HamWow sounds just like ShamWow, but it implies that it's a piece of meat instead of a towel. So already funny.
Hey, it's Vince Offer. You love the ShamWow, and I know you love ham. We combined them both, and we got HamWow.
So there we go. First joke, premise, and joke all in one in the first frame here. So HamWows. Brian says desktop audio. We got it on, and I've cranked the volume. It hurts my ears. Let me know if you hear it.
Wow. You know ShamWow doesn't make a mess. No drip. HamWow, all mess, all drip. As you know, ShamWow keeps those windows clean for those amazing views. But what happens if the other...
So you see amazing. So the amazing views. He's talking about that woman he saw outside his window, which is an attractive woman. So that's an amazing view when you see an attractive woman, and that's funny because guys, that's an inside thought that men have, and also lesbians. So already good.
Other neighbor appears in. Freddie! Hello, he's so cute.
All right, so here's the punchline to that first joke there. So the first joke, the first woman was an attractive woman, so that was a good view. And now these are both ugly women, and you may notice if you look closely, this here is Vince from ShamWow dressed up as a woman, which is double funny because guys dressed as girls is absurd and therefore hilarious. So. And you've got the HamWow logo in the corner the whole time, too. So this is nonstop laughs, guys.
Dad, help! I'm getting rainbow rays from Man Girl.
Use the
Rainbow rays. So that's another tag on that joke. So he's bringing in 3 different jokes here. That ugly women are funny. Guys dressed as girls are also funny. Plus... gays are funny. So that's 3 jokes. You guys were 27 seconds into the sketch, and there's already been probably 5 jokes. This is how you sell towels. I mean, do you guys remember those towel commercials? This guy could talk so fast. He'd have so many great sales pitches in 30 seconds. God, he's so good.
the HamWow. A few wipes, your windows stay blurry, and your kids stay straight. And just like there's no...
Okay, so this is a sub storyline. So he's got another story. So the ham is obviously covered with pig grease because pigs, I don't know if you've seen the inside of a pig before, but it's entirely grease. And he wipes the grease on the window, therefore blurring out the window so the kid can't see the gay man and the ugly woman, therefore keeping him straight. So that's another storyline. So this is a sub storyline within the overarching storyline. Again, this video is only 4 minutes long, but he's cramming joke after joke here. Yeah, online VCR says JPM on this vid is in the thousands. It might be. You have to watch these videos frame by frame. This is the 10th time I've watched this, and I'm always noticing something new. Look at this guy's. I didn't even notice the food he's got. He's got looks like tater tots and spaghetti, which he's going to feed to his kid to keep his kid straight as well.
No MSG in this Chinese food. There's no FAG in this.
Oh, it's Chinese food. Okay, I thought it was tater tots and spaghetti, but I guess it's not supposed to be a joke.
KID.
With HamWow, you're going to be saying, oh, so good every time.
Okay, so I'm overwhelmed here, but sow good. So sow is another name for a pig. I think it's Italian for pig. And so he's working another little wordplay joke in there. And so he says, oh, sow good. Transitions to this man who seems to be pleasuring himself, masturbating, as we know. Very funny. Huge in the Burn the Boat special we just watched. Penis play is always funny. So he is pleasuring himself.
Good morning. Is that ham I smell in the oven?
And they're gay again. Guys, so this is the second gay joke in less than 1 minute. We're 51 seconds here. And this guy, because gay people are funny, penises are funny. Gay people playing with their penises, that's a double laugh. So hold on to your chairs.
No, it's not. I'm just enjoying my morning jerk with my HamWow.
Made in Germany, you don't want the Chinese knockoff.
It's made in Germany, the swine capital of the world. Here, want to try it?
Little dig at the Germans there. Little dig at the Germans, calling the German people pigs. And so he's got a German joke, he's got a gay joke, he's got a ham joke, and he's got a penis joke. These are all happening simultaneously. I've like I said again, I've seen this 10 times. The first time I watched it, I couldn't stop laughing. There's no way I could possibly do this stream. So I'm glad I pre-watched this to get the laughs out.
When you're done, we'll have the HamWow for lunch. What do you say? And hey, take your time. Like I said, super durable.
HamWow holds.
Okay, that was cum. So we've talked about this before. Cum is the funniest fluid.
10 times its weight in pork.
Yeah, and this is possibly cum or this is fat.
Pork fat. Are the kids entitled snobs addicted to their devices?
How did you come?
So this is another little joke here. This guy, he's supposed to be a kid. Looks like he's in his mid-40s here. So that's kind of a little age joke there. Danny says, "Isn't that guy the business community who beat up a prostitute?" Yeah. So I've heard this. I looked up Vince from HamWow and his history. Definitely, all of the reports of him beating up a prostitute were from the mainstream media, which I don't really pay attention to. I get my stuff from Rumble here. So say what you will. You guys may have heard of the mainstream media, but I don't really believe what they say. Vince says it's fine. I haven't heard anything about it from him. So if he beat up a prostitute, he would have told us by now.
Come swing a club with your old man, huh?
You like my fit pops, I ain't gotta listen to you. So wander your musty ass back to your fascist white Fox News and friends.
Son, you're clearly Caucasian.
How dare you misrace me? I ain't white, I just real light skin.
Listen, my nigga, you white, you ain't black. I'm tired of this shit.
Now, slam those Gen Z.
All right. So another joke there is that young man who was born in 1973 was pretending to be, he was saying that he's pretending to be a black person. He was doing like a real Tom Segura voice there. And he's not, clearly. So that's the joke there. And then his father is annoyed with him because he won't golf with him. And he also called Fox News fascist, which is just ridiculous because Fox is fair and balanced. And fascists have never been fair and balanced. Dodongo Manoof says, "I've never heard of Rumble, but this is really great stuff. I need to buy a subscription." Yes, you can subscribe. There's premium Rumble content, and you can get all the truth. A lot of Steven Crowder stuff is locked behind premium. He's got about 1 million subscribers. I'm giving him a monthly donation. So, goals. Am I right, guys? Hey?
These like the good old days. You can use it in the house, the car, the RV, the boat, the horse. Because it leaves no fingerprints so you can skate the authorities.
I apologize for the sound mixing there. The slap was quite loud. I think maybe that was an audio joke from Vince. Because if you guys had headphones on as well, I apologize for the mixing. But it was quite aggressive there.
I be using the HamWow on all my step baby mama kids, you know? They know what's up. HamWow, get you one.
And don't forget about BHM. Black Forest HamWow matters too.
Okay, so that's a little joke about Black Lives Matter, and he takes the color black and so this is like the layers of comedy going on are just incredible. You can understand. Vince was going to be successful in whatever he did. Towels, slap chops, comedy. The guy has a mind that is working overtime. He's got Black Forest HamWow matters. So he's got a joke about Black Lives Matter. By taking the color black from Black Forest, which is also a ham, which from the original joke is making fun of the word sham from ShamWow. So I hope you guys aren't like busy or driving a vehicle right now, because you're probably laughing so hard you probably have to pull over.
That's right. Black Forest ham matters, everybody. Make sure we remember. Hey, are you following me, camera guy? We don't have a lot of black guys in this commercial.
Are you following me, camera guy? That's a callback to his old show about selling towels there.
Are you following me? God damn it. You got political unrest at the dinner table?
Listen here, Penny Pincher. You know Orange Man.
Okay, a little bit of character comedy coming up here, guys. We're only 2 minutes into this sketch. A lot has been covered so far. We've got this gentleman here with a ShamWow wrapped around his head in a manner to make him seem Middle Eastern, perhaps from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And we've got this guy here with he's got Hasidic Jewish curls and a round hat that says, it looks like Make America Meshuggah. So these are classic stereotypes. So it's funny just to see these, because you see people like this, dressed like this, you think of the stereotypes, you remember them, and you laugh. So this stuff can only exist on Rumble. This would have been taken off YouTube a long time ago.
Man is bad.
No, ShamWow head. Orange Man is good.
Brothers, do not fight amongst yourselves. You will be blessed with a ham wow.
Okay, and there's Vince again, reprising his role. He's like Eddie Murphy here in The Nutty Professor. He's playing multiple roles, doing multiple voices. You remember him from the beginning. He was playing the ugly gay person. And then now he's playing Jesus Christ. This guy's like unbelievable.
HamWow? I hate ham.
You do? Me too. We are not so different.
Yes, we have much in common.
We both kind of talk the same. We both like beards and... Wait, where is yours?
Oh, I've shaved mine. I'm working on these instead.
Ah, the curly fries.
You can have it with hummus.
I love hummus with the spices.
Oh, me too.
I call it ham-us.
Another ham pun, guys. This is what, 4 now? This is 4 ham puns, less than 3 minutes. And also the HamWow solving tensions among Middle Eastern stereotypes. I'm so glad to share this with you guys. I hope you really can appreciate what Vince has been up to these last 40 years.
Hamas? Very bad.
No. Hamas is good. You are bad.
Hummus. Now he's using a Hamas pun. So Hamas sounds like hummus. No one has noticed this before. Sometimes the comedy isn't necessary in the jokes. I'm imagining a person being offended by this, and I'm laughing at the imaginary person that I made up. Sometimes more than the jokes. Yes, Hannibal or just Rex. Great observation. Imagining a woke liberal getting mad at this is also yet another layer of comedy on top of this. Great observation. Unbelievable goldmine we have here.
You are bad.
You are bad.
You are bad.
Forgive me, Father, but these camel jockeys, I don't know what to do with these guys. I can't do this all day. I gotta come back in the millennium. Father, bring me up.
Okay, so he went full Vince there. He did like kind of a fun Vince accent, which is like a funny accent from movies from the 1940s.
Who is that guy? The Christmas guy?
He's the OG. You cannot make fun of him. You get angry with the big guy.
Unless you're a liberal who have no soul.
Agreed.
HamWow sells for $19.95, but if you call now, because we can't do this all day, I mean, we really can't do this all day because it's stored in my garage. If you call now, though, you'll get the CramWow free. Just place your CramWow on any chair and start CramWowing away.
All right, so we've now moved on from the ShamWow. I'm sorry, so it was ShamWow, then it became HamWow. And now we're on to the HamWow, which looks like a piece of cheese that this woman seems to be pleasuring herself on. Also, look at the callback here. Doesn't waste any opportunities to have another callback. There's the gentleman here with this big red slap mark on his face from when his dad beat him with the HamWow. He's now in the background, ignoring this lady, doing her morning jerk on a HamWow. So we've had a man masturbating. Now we have a woman masturbating. Very funny activity. Vince knows this.
You can use it in the house,
Mm-hmm.
the car, the RV. When you order the HamWow, use the code.
Oh wow! So this is a great sequence here because it's obviously very funny that this lady would be jumping on her HamWow all over the place, because normally that's a private activity for the home when you put cheese in your vagina, but she's doing it all over the place. And not only is it funny, but it's also like a kind of a subtle flex on Vince's part. He's showing us that he not only has a car and a house, but he also has an RV. So he's done very well for himself.
And we'll upgrade you to the Chramosaurus rectimus. And for all...
Oh, and that's an even bigger wedge that can go in your butthole. And because buttholes are funnier than vaginas. I think we've talked about this. I'm not sure if we've covered this before, but buttholes are funnier than vaginas because buttholes are where poop comes out of. And poop is very funny because it's just ridiculous. You know, why do we do that? Nobody knows.
All our lesbocrats, you'll get the Lick-a-Lot-a-Puss free. Just pay for...
Lick-a-Lot-a-Puss. So that's a callback to the famous James Bond girl from the 1960s, Lick-a-Lot-a-Puss, who famously seduced Sean Connery.
Shipping and handling. Operators are standing by. Here's how to order your HamWow.
Order now and you'll get the bonus HamWow with your HamWow for only $19.95. If you're a bit porky or...
Brock Lichty, thank you for the $1 donation. Thank you for watching. I hope you are learning all about... I hope you have enough money to order all these products after donating. Don't donate too much, because you could get yourself a HamWow, CramWow, and the Cramus Rectimus, or the butt one. I think these are all for sale.
For a man identifying as a pig, will upgrade you to the Chramosaurus rectimus absolutely free. And don't forget the Lick-a-Lot-a-Puss for the holidays. Call now, you fat cow.
Hey guys, so make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. It's the ShamWow Guy Show.
All right. So just, take it all in, guys. Join us, patron. He's got extended there's an extended HamWow. Wow, I might have to check that out. So that's that. So that's what Vince has been up to the last little while. So that'd be a little intro into what Rumble is like before we check out some more videos here. Great stuff. Lots of engagement from Gallagher 007. Like I said, that's a good James Bond reference there. Fantastic work, man. I was nearly crying. It was so funny. And this guy here, I live in South Florida. When can I get these XD? And I'll just say, I'll take 5. Like David Brubeck. I'll just explain the joke there. Perfect. Now, I'd like to check out Steven Crowder's behind the scenes. We can go... Yeah, that is a certified B-Muse moment, definitely. We could take a look at what's trending, or we could go straight to Steven Crowder. What would you guys like to do? I mean, I guess we could start a poll, but I don't know if I'll be able to read the poll with this social stream ninja I got going on. I could see all the chats, but looks at the top thing streaming, trending on Rumble here is the Dan Bong Ino show here. I guess he must be like a weed comic. Stephen is trending. He is trending down here. What are Pam Bondi's real motivations? What it means for the Epstein files? Jeffrey Epstein. Wow. Still getting to the bottom of that one. You know, he's clearly not dead. Not a lot of Steven Crowder here again. We can check out Steven's channel here. I think I saw him. Oh, that's a premium, so I can't see this one, but he does have a sketch show. I'd like to check out his he had behind the scenes of his sketch comedy, and it was really interesting to see how he crafts. Steven Crowder. Sketch comedy. He has a behind the scenes of how he does his sketches, and it's really cool. Science of sketch comedy, yes. Okay.
See you again.
So you can see I already watched a little bit of it here. I'll turn it down so it doesn't blow your ears out. In fact, you know what I'm even going to do here? Maybe I'll add a little. I do have a limiter on there. If it's too loud, just scream, and I'll hear you. Okay. So this is the signs of. So we did a series on our channel, which we're still doing, for our paid patron members. It's called Jokes Explored, which is myself explaining how to do stand-up comedy, how to succeed, how to climb the ladder in the industry. And this is similar. This is Steven Crowder's premium series about how to do sketch comedy, how it works behind the scenes. So let's check it out. Let's see how there's some great jokes in here, and it's just to see how Steven Crowder puts together his comedy universe.
Hey, and action.
My name is Crowder, commander of Ladder with Crowder, leader.
So sketches, a lot more goes into them.
So he's dressed like a Roman there already. So this is already crazy. Look at what's going on in this wacky. This is like Mr. Megorium's gun emporium. This guy's got I'm pro gun, change my mind, which is a funny shirt. It's similar to Jeff, if you guys remember from What's a Girl to Do. I'm pro gun, change my mind. It's a funny joke because if you ever tried to argue with this man, he would probably shoot you on sight and leave you to bleed out. This guy here doesn't have a funny shirt, which is unfortunate, but there's a ladder behind him, and ladders can always be fallen off in a funny way.
That it might seem. It's way more.
Guys, Nick DiPaolo is here. Comedy legend. I haven't explained Nick DiPaolo yet, but I've always wanted to. I think I'll be explaining him in a Jokes Explained video very soon. But yes, he is a comedy legend. A lot of people talk about Nick DiPaolo as one of their biggest influences when they start doing comedy.
Involved. I thought it would be. It starts off with the writers.
I do write sketches to screw with people personally.
Josh Firestein.
Like Gerald.
Wardrobe, props. I mean,
that was a dead giveaway of one of the sketches, of the famous sketch where the guys are on the dock and then the one guy farts and the little boy grimaces. That's a nice fast setup, punchline joke there.
Freaked out when I got here and I saw the production level. I mean, just the wardrobe. I've done shows at NBC and ABC. They don't have that much wardrobe. Visual effects.
I didn't realize what everyone here was capable of, and so I was writing things and I'm like, oh, we can't do that, can't do that. And then Johnny would be like, why not? I'm like, oh, because, well, I mean, it's got these multiple shots. And
Sean Noble, thank you so much for the donation. $5, no special requests. If you guys donate too, you want me to check out a specific person on Rumble, I'll take a look at him for you and see if I can explain as best as I can. But thanks so much, Sean, for the donation. $5. That's amazing, sir. Oh, here he is in this Roman outfit again. He's ready. He's got a really great camera set up here. This is similar to what it looks at our at the Bachelors Music Office. You can see behind me, I've got my production table and my bike. I use my bike to make fun of liberals who ride their bikes to work. I'll ride right next to them and just laugh at them the whole time.
There's part of a movie, it's a parody, and we got to bring this. And he's like, that's not for us to figure out. Okay, we'll see if that gets made. And then sure enough, it's amazing. I'm like, what?
There's so much that goes into a 20, 30-second clip on air.
Okay, wait.
Wow. Look at that.
Howdy, it's your friend Colonel Slanders again.
Colonel Slanders. Colonel Slanders, guys. So instead of Colonel Sanders, beloved American founding father, Colonel Slanders, I assume, is the guy who slanders people like Steven Crowder. Like you guys are doing in the chat, I mean, that story about Steven Crowder yelling at his pregnant wife, and the security footage of it was probably doctored by an AI or something. It does seem rather cruel at the time, but what I've learned on Rumble is you don't know what's real.
I've done so many good things here. What was the one when he was my psychiatrist?
Sinead O'Connor, who I couldn't help but picture in the back of my mind as the many that Nick DiPaolo saw in my Rorschach test.
Look at these guys. These guys just a couple comics hanging out, doing sketches. This is what it's all about. I mean, the shows are fun, but when you're in a room with Steven Crowder and Nick DiPaolo and the riffs are flying, you got a funny wig on. This is like exactly why you do comedy, you know. I would love if they only threw Greg Gutfeld in there, maybe Roseanne. What a hell of a room.
You see you again in 2 months?
I like the Bad Moneys a lot. That's fun because I get to be a little wild.
And Josh, killer. We're gonna lose everything. We lose all. Am I gonna lose our country?
Kamalanomics. So they're making fun of if Kamala Harris won, she would have crashed the U.S. economy, which is true. Thank God Trump won, and he's doing great things for American business right now. What Trump's doing right now is he's making American stocks go down a lot so that everyone has a chance to buy them because they're going to go up again. So pretty smart of the guy.
We're gonna lose it. I'm losing my f***ing mind here. I just
take a lot of hits.
Oh,
I do take a lot of hits. I do a lot of falls. I think physical comedy's funny.
Yes.
Billy the Magician is probably my favorite in recent years.
Yes.
I love getting to watch Josh get smashed over the head with a bottle.
Yes.
And that magician's sleazy laugh. And the best part, what people is, we gotta order those bottles. We have a lot of stuff we do for each of those. So every time we do that bit, it's about a $30 bit at least.
Oh, the other thing is Crowder with his impressions. I know he did a few voices.
Back in the day, someone like Kamala Harris would say, I did sesame seed bun and French fries, but now you have Donald Trump going like,
wow, did you hear that Kamala Harris impression that he does? Oh my God, I wish I could watch this show more. Unfortunately, a lot of his stuff's locked behind Rumble Premium. But yeah, I think we keep getting nice donos like that. I'll get Rumble Premium. We can watch him, and I'll have lawyers to defend myself for broadcasting this on YouTube. But this that was a great Kamala Harris voice. That was right in the pocket. That was totally perfect. I've never it's almost like a classic girl voice, which is so funny to do because women are just so annoying. Maybe he was channeling the sound that his annoying wife made when she begged him to stop doing the bits he always does.
Like, oh, she loves French fries. She can't get enough of them. She just does the machine, I guess. French fries, onion rings,
oh.
Popeyes.
I can't believe how talented he is, and I'm not just kissing his ass because it's way too hairy and sweaty.
On November 5th, don't interrupt. Macho Man, November 5th, the choice is clear.
There's so
you
many.
want to have the Don or one of these crutches right there. Yeah.
Now look at that down there. He's going down the dock, getting himself a cocaine dealer.
He does all the voices. Can you believe that, man? It's obvious that woke Saturday Night Live did not want to have Steven Crowder on their cast because he likes to free speech and likes to tell the truth. Like it's obviously he was looked over because just for political reasons, because there's no reason to not have this guy on every television in America. Those are some spot on impressions.
Just toss anything at Steven, and he will just run with it with an
There
impression.
are CEOs financially armed to the teeth. And
I'm doing a Brando thing, and they replaced me with Josh, who was doing a way better brand. That was the best one yet.
All right, I'm out of here. You talking to me?
Oh, and dude, I gotta say this. The Nick Dip press secretary.
He also was the first guy to go see the midget.
Nick has no idea what he's getting himself into. He just goes in there, they roll clips, and he riffs. And that's amazing to watch.
The view. How about the view? It's like a horse stable.
We literally just find clips
What a fun
of people
time.
asking questions and then let Nick answer. And it's so funny.
Don Lemon have to walk around at a gay nightclub and assless chaps still have a gun on his hip.
He does that one take. The 20 questions, 20 answers, one take, and then he's out of there. And I'm like,
One
dude,
take.
what a
Can you even imagine that? Like, this is all behind the scenes stuff, so you only get little snippets of jokes and impressions. But imagine that Nick DiPaolo does all that in one take. I bet that's just comedy legend.
pro. I can't believe I get to be here.
Yeah, dead silence. Just what I thought.
There's not another place in the industry where you could just change your role or say, hey, I want to.
Trump 2024 changed my mind. So he also has a change my mind shirt. Very confrontational.
Try mixing the show today, or I want to run audio, or you get to contribute, you get to be on cam.
And he falls over again. This guy is like he's Jeff levels of physical comedy. This is incredible.
Imagine like writing for a show. It was never really the goal for me to be a writer.
He fell over and he farted, guys. Oh man, the body control. Do you know how hard it is to fart on command without shitting yourself? Huh.
It's a dream I didn't know I had come true.
3, 2, and action.
There are a lot of times, especially when it comes to advertisements, that we're finding we're shooting for a new sponsor or something the day before it's going to run. So we'll shoot it early in the afternoon and we'll end up turning a spot for the next morning.
Not the bees! Not the bees!
Don't let the IRS take advantage of you.
When it comes to the sketches,
it's a little not the bees joke. That's a reference to that movie, The Wicker Man, starring Nick Cage, which came out I think 22 years ago.
of the show, I don't think people understand how much work goes into producing.
We'll get the Neil separately. We'll run through those. I've learned a whole lot about what goes on behind the scenes over the last, really call it 3.5 years. Ah! Ooh, look at that. Look, get it. Get it. There's definitely
Yes,
there.
we can sell that.
The lighting, the boom, the costumes, the makeup, you name it. And it's one of those things where you watch everybody sort of do their part, and when everyone does it right, it comes together, and it's an awesome thing.
Everything from the keying, the compositing, the sound design.
Did you see that guy was blurred out? That's crazy. They had a blurred out guy. I wonder. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it behind the scenes where there's a person blurred.
These are things that typically teams of people would take months and months to achieve, and we do it in record time with a skeleton crew, and it's because they're all rock stars. So.
Make way for the Emperor. Make it clap.
We're trying to do all of it. We're trying to be factually accurate. We're trying to be funny. And then you're trying to make sure that you're presenting information that people can use. And to do all of those things, and on top of that, record a bunch of sketches.
Absolutely rounding.
I don't want any foot fetish people getting my face.
Dude, it's just everybody's so different, but it makes it so well. It's a lot of fun, and we get to tease Gerald all the time.
Trojan man.
Favorite part was the upskirt shot. And what a thick skin that guy's got.
You know what? It's a great room. First of all, Steven can slip into any character at will, no matter what we're talking about.
It's sort of touch and go with the Jews right now.
And Gerald is smart as hell. There's always going to be an adult in the room.
Save the Jews!
I can't figure him out. I take pride and being able to read people. I've known him for a couple years now. I have no idea. He'll get mad at me if I make a joke. He'll go, oh, like it's shocking, and then he'll hit a Holocaust joke in there.
Bad button right now to him.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. I can't figure him out. Josh is a...
Yes, yeah, you got to push the envelope on Crowder Show. You can't just go in there with a dick joke. You got to get in there with a Holocaust dick joke. Then you're cooking. Oh, man.
Stand-up. Josh is naturally funny, and he can do characters.
And action.
Howdy, I'm Colonel Slam.
And the guys that work I don't want to forget about the guys that work the soundboard and all that other shit.
Shasha, still not nearly as gay, but also gay. Options are limited.
Noodles just jumped in there. I don't know. I was in a rhythm.
Sorry.
They're all like guys.
God, they're having such a good time. It's so funny, you know, when you watch this, Rumble comedians are having a great time. It's so sad when you watch the mainstream comedians. You got like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, just weeping every night, not having a good time, always complaining about what's going on in the world. These guys are just laughing and loving it. I would way rather hang out with these guys. Oh, man. What a good group.
Guys. And I think it makes for a good mix.
Like someone on an island who hasn't eaten in a while and your friend turns into a hot dog.
Yes.
Guys, do you have a white mic, please?
Comedy's probably one of the most important things that the world is desperately in need of.
Yes.
Okay, it's for the greater good.
I completely agree. The world is in desperate need of comedy. Things are way too serious right now. People need to just relax, have a good laugh.
For me, the best part of working here is the challenge. Doing all that we do and the time that we have it. I get to solve problems all day.
Jesse, I think I know why the f-stop keeps changing.
And I get to do it with people that I adore.
I'm a Christian. More like a family here, which sounds so fucking cheesy. It's the worst thing to say, but yeah, like I live with these people. They're my friends. They're it's great.
I think that secretly people do like me, although I am the only person on staff that Joe Louis has bitten repeatedly. I didn't even head or look in Joe Louis's direction, and this happened.
Scaredy.
When I'm on stage, I love it. Doesn't matter where, whatever.
This is just nothing but fun.
It's great. Doing something I love, doing something that matters.
Yeah, any stage is fun.
My kids.
You guys, that's good. Good advice from Nick DiPaolo, comedy legend. If there's any aspiring comedians here, just get on any stage and take whatever paycheck you can, because comedy is rare these days, and it's hard to make a living as a comedian. So doesn't matter where you're performing or who you're performing with. Just if they're paying you, take that money and get that stage time.
See something that they can do someday, something that's actually realistic. Like I never had that growing up. I never thought it was realistic to be an entertainer for a living. I thought that was crazy. I think that's important to see. To see your parents work hard and get what they want, rather than what I saw in my father, which was work hard and get what you get.
I don't think many people get that sort of opportunity.
Work hard, get what you get.
I mean, you look at people that hate their jobs and they go out there and they're just making ends meet. But, I'm just blessed and lucky to be doing what I'm doing.
Cut. It's true. Yeah, these guys are some of the luckiest people in the world working with Steven Crowder, laughing all the time. A lot of people got to work shitty jobs all day, every day, and these guys get to just get to laugh and hang out with Nick and Steven. I think Joe Rogan talked about this on his podcast once. He, was just amazed that there are people out there who just work for a living, and it's so dumb.
Oh, we're just gonna do it right now? We're going? Then we're gonna hang out. Yeah, hang out on the Sesame Street set.
Can I ask you a personal question?
No.
Can you hear that, Billy?
George's agreed. I hate that nickname, by the way.
Do you have anything you've written that even you think is too much, too dark for this show?
No.
Fuck
I
no.
haven't touched the tip
Say
of
what
the
you
iceberg.
want.
I'm all for pushing boundaries. I mean, I wrote a sketch about 6 months back when my grandmother was shredded. So, I mean, it didn't air.
Oh, so the long bleep is that's a classic joke about it being so dark and gross that they bleep out the whole, we assume, explicit act that his grandmother was performing. So you can use your imagination to imagine the gross thing, and they bleep for too long. So there's a bit of an audio joke there. So great stuff.
Can you do this? Can you interview me in front of Oscar the Grouch's house? That'd be fantastic.
All right, 7.5 inches. What?
So if I actually showed my daughter those sketches, she's 10. Now she wants me to do a sketch with her where she gets to hit me with a glass bottle. So I'm not gonna do that though, because I could kick her ass, dude. She's like this high. A weak ass.
It's a little hitting a lady joke. A little callback to the Steven Crowder thing.
Can I say that? I think I did.
I mean, I rack at least probably on a slow day a dozen HR violations.
Which one?
Yeah, nice cleft lip.
Trump loses day one.
Blurred out man there. I gotta find out.
Looks like
Gotta
me
figure
going
who
to
that
the
guy
gun
is. Let me know.
You think a Democrat victory here charts the path for a Tim presidency?
No.
He's a fucking bitch on wheels.
Nick, how long have you not had
Good, get political.
It's, told me you weren't going to ask about that.
You good? All right, kids.
Zephod Beeble Brox here says it's Jeffrey Epstein who's blurred out. That's actually a good theory. That's actually a good theory. That would be a wild reveal if Steven Crowder, in one of his sketches, revealed that Jeff Epstein is alive and he is going to be playing some pretty wacky characters on the sketch show coming up.
I do. I'd like not to do the show anymore. Cheryl's really bugging me. I hope it lasts. That's all. I need the cash. All right.
Hey.
So you and I decided to do something special on election night.
To be able to restore people's confidence in an election.
Accessing data and information in systems that no other company on the internet has really done before.
What we're doing is dangerous, man.
There's liability that comes with that, obviously.
I don't think other people want to take on that risk.
We're putting everything we got into this.
The important thing is to have an informed and enlightened audience. You need accurate data.
There's red and there's blue, you see?
Yeah, these guys are doing the work.
We're trying to make a difference in the way elections are reported.
I think this is going to be a historic moment.
This is sort of a watershed moment.
Do you think Trump's going to win?
I sure hope so, or else I'm going to have to scrap my entire wardrobe.
Nice. Okay, so it does take a little bit of a political twist there at the end. Steven Crowder could get a little political sometimes, although that's not really his main thing. He's mainly a comedian. He just supports Trump because Trump supports free speech at all costs. So great little insight into the inner workings of the Steven Crowder sketch show, which I believe is a premium series. It's $50 an episode here on Rumble. So unfortunately, way out of the budget for us. We don't have a huge studio like he does. Lots of comments down here. Haters gonna hate rumor. Totally true. So many haters of this guy. Nick Dip. I didn't know that was Nick DiPaolo's nickname. Nicky Dips. Love those behind the scenes shows. Yeah, a lot of support. Almost 1,000 comments on this video. Great stuff. What would be a supportive thing to write here for all Steven Crowder? Good to see Nick is alive and well. I haven't seen him in the comedy scene for a while. Alrighty, guys. We've got a couple more things on the docket here for you. So there are some things I've got. Gutfeld and What's a Girl to Do episode 6, or the behind the scenes I've heard, which exists here. Dodongo Manu, $10 donation. Holy shit! Thank you so much. I'm gonna put that in the Rumble Premium Fund for when we get Rumble Premium up and going here. I've got some. So generous of you. Thank you very much. We've got. Oh, that's for me. I want my. Where's my feed here? Dems hate on full display. Okay, so Nick DiPaolo does do that. He does like a podcast where he talks about Democrats, which is always funny. Dems are mad. Russell Brand, one of the another big working comedian from the old days. What else have we got here? World War III alert. Holy shit. That's scary. That's not funny. Let's check out Gutfeld. Because this guy, he hosts one of the largest, actually, I think it is the most watched late night talk show, comedy show in the United States. More than all of the combined liberals here. So let's check out his monologue. Let's see how, let's explain some of these jokes. Do you get a lot of hate? There's a lot of hate from the left on this guy to say he's not funny. They say the right doesn't know how to do comedy. Again, comedy's not political. Being gay is funny across all spectrums. So I'll turn this up a little bit here. Gutfeld, you know it's going to be funny because the text, the font is very goofy and juicy and inflated, and it's got a big exclamation mark there. It's a spin on the Garfield font. Yes, Garfield. Oh man, I can't read Garfield comics when I'm driving because I close my eyes from laughing too hard and I become a danger to pedestrians. But so I just stick to watching comedy specials while I drive here. There he is.
All right. You can stay. Just close your robes over there. Good evening, everyone. Happy.
All right. Big jokes off the top of the show here. He says you close your robe, implying there's a guy in the audience being naked, which is silly because you'd see his penis, and penises are funny. So that's already a great joke off the top of the show. He's going to start his monologue here and get into it. Also very casual, like he's got his feet up on the coffee table there because he's just loose, relaxed, ready for a funny show. He does seem loose, but then when he gets started, he does have a little bit of a flub off the top. But maybe that was on purpose.
Monday, the Academy Awards aired last night. Kamala Harris was expected to attend, but she canceled at the last minute when she heard her husband Doug had already booked a nanny.
All right, great joke there. Duncan on Kamala Harris, who you guys remember famously lost the president election to Donald Trump over 3 years ago now. And so they're just doing a little callback to that joke and making fun of the fact that she has a husband who is feminine because he didn't run for president when traditionally in America it is men who run for president and not women because that is women are annoying.
In her acceptance speech for winning Best Actress, Honora star Mikey Madison thanked the sex worker community. Well, who does she think she is? Hunter Biden?
Oh. So just to remind you guys, I think this episode came out 1 or 2 days ago, but Gutfeld is making references to stuff from many years ago, just because a lot of the time, like, you know, it's good to remind people of things that have happened a long time ago. The further away it goes, the more you remember, the funnier it is. So the longer ago it was, the further the memory has to travel from the back of your head to the front of your head, and then it gathers so much momentum, it forms a laugh, which then comes out of your face there. So that's kind of how remembering jokes work. So Hunter Biden, famously addicted to prostitutes. Great reference.
Shortly after the Oscars, a 3.9 magnitude earthquake rocked L.A. The tremors were so powerful, Oprah's ass is still moving.
Okay, that's an Oprah is fat joke. That joke is from 2007. Big remember. Super funny.
Why would you laugh at that? That's fat shamers. President Trump just signed an executive order making English the official language of the United States.
Yes.
Who needs a punchline, huh? He then signed another executive order making Pig Latin the official language of The View.
Pig Latin, yes. So another kind of a fat joke on the women of The View, who are famously very, very annoying, because as we've discussed on this program before, women are funny because they're annoying, and they're funny because they become wives, which are double annoying. And a lot of these women here are annoying wives. So 5 times as funny.
Knew that was coming.
According to The Hill, President Trump wants to add a ballroom to the White House. Makes sense. The guy before him didn't need room for balls.
I guess he's implying that Joe Biden doesn't have any testicles, which I think is just a basic level penis joke. Very safe, always very funny, because then you imagine the penis, I suppose. Joe Biden's penis, which of course would be an old penis, which would be even funnier because of what it would look like. Also, another little observation here I didn't notice before. Look at Gutfeld's. He's got a lot. These are all the jokes he has written down. I think we're looking at a conservative estimate of over 50, 60 pages of jokes. One of the hardest working guys in showbiz for sure.
A pair of JFK's underwear sold at an auction for $9,000, beating the previous record of $4,500 for Barack Obama's underwear.
So the joke here, you may notice here, this is traditionally a female woman's underwear, and Barack Obama is a man. So a man wearing women's underwear is very funny because that's just not appropriate wear. That's not appropriate for what is a tradition. So it's kind of the opposite. So it's a funny image as well as a funny act there. So one after the other with this guy.
They're dainty.
They are dainty. And they ride up, trust me. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was criticized for what he wore to the White House meeting on Friday. But in his defense, most suits his size come with a sailor hat and a giant lollipop.
All right, little dig on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, making fun of that he's a shorter man and would wear tiny suits. This is kind of a callback to the when Trump did a big David Lucas roast on Zelensky there in the White House, dunking on him for being so war-torn. Which was a hilarious observation that he made. But yeah, I mean, he left himself wide open for a roast by being bombed a bunch. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go into a roast battle being totally war-torn, because they're going to make fun of that immediately. He should have done an Eminem and made fun of himself first before he went into the White House, then he would have defused it.
Tokyo researchers have made a robot hand that combines lab-grown muscle with mechanical parts, so it feels like a real hand. That's great news. Now I don't have to sit on my hand until it's numb, said one man.
Oh, man, he's making fun of Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters is another big comedian here in America. He hosts another late night show on the Fox network, which is also super, super funny. So it's great. Again, it's similar to what we just saw with Crowder. It's always funny when comics kind of roast each other a bit. It lets you have a little insight into their fun, roasty friendship where they can say whatever they want about each other, but they all have a good laugh, and everybody has a good time. So that's so good to see. Two great comics. I wonder what Jesse Waters is going to say about Gutfeld on his comedy show.
Wow. I didn't learn about that trick until I was in my 40s.
Oh, sorry. And it's also a masturbation joke in there as well. The joke about sitting on your hand so it becomes numb, and then you can masturbate imagining that it's a ghost. But of course, the funniest way to masturbate would be with a HamWow, if you guys remember that from the beginning of the stream.
A group of sociologists have found that married men are finally doing more housework. See, there is a benefit to gay marriage.
Yes. So he makes a gay joke there. Pretty common knowledge that only gay men do housework. If you're a straight guy, you're supposed to just come home from work, punch the door open, demand a pie, and fall asleep on the couch. At least that's the normal way of doing things. Anything outside that norm is kind of weird, and if it's weird, it's funny. So great little reference there. Also, just mentioning a gay person is always funny because being gay is funny.
You don't deserve that joke.
No, they don't.
You don't. That was a good joke. And last week, Joy Behar accused Elon Musk of being pro-apartheid, but then begged him afterwards not to sue. Musk lawyers have yet to comment because they're still checking to see if it's legal to sue a cow.
Oh, Joy, getting wrecked, getting roasted big time by Gutfeld. Joy Behar. She was earlier already referenced. He already called her a pig from an earlier joke there. So now he's calling her a cow. So he's switching animals mid-set here, which is very absurd and very funny. Great stuff, Gutfeld.
Shots fired.
Just a legal question. I don't know why it's so upsetting. I don't make the rules in this country. All right. So Friday, Zelensky entered the White House in his military fatigues and left with a boot up his ass.
Nice. Yes. Okay. Gutfeld making light of the Zelensky situation, getting roasted at the White House. He kind of unprepared for the roast battle. He went in there expecting, aid, weapons, and food so that he could fight on behalf of democracy in Europe. But that's not what it was. It was a roast battle. He should have known when he saw Trump that, if he's going to be working with one of the wackiest comics occupying the Oval Office. So he should have been prepared. Next time, hopefully he'll be prepared for a roast battle. And maybe he'll bring Tony Hinchcliffe in there to help him roast Trump or something, because he is one of the funniest people.
If we would have insulted America any worse, Jane Fonda would have banged him.
Oh, Jane Fonda, great callback. So Greg Gutfeld, I'm not sure what, I know our fan base here on the channel is very old, but not as old as Gutfeld. Gutfeld knows that people watching his show are between 85 and 111 years old. So he makes a reference to Jane Fonda. she was famously anti-American because Americans were incinerating people in Vietnam because they were going to be communist, so justified. But that's a callback to those people who were alive back then. That was about 95 years ago. And but they get it. He knows his fan base, and he knows that they have a lot of purchasing power with their home equity.
Talk about, thank you.
Big applause break. Yeah, getting him. And ragging on Zelensky again. Going back on that guy. Zelensky, hopefully he'll be prepared with when he meets Trump with a lot of jokes and maybe a weapon.
You never know what works. But talk about a disaster. That may have been the messiest scene in the Oval Office since Bill Clinton used a blue dress for target practice.
Oh, yes. So that's a callback joke to a talk show, a classic talk show from the 1990s would have done. So it makes you remember the Tonight Show from the 90s when he does a joke like that. So great stuff.
So in the interest of world peace, let's address Zelensky directly. Dude, you got to drop the Napoleon complex. As a short guy, I'm an expert.
Oh.
I know what it's like to have a parade described to me by a tall 12-year-old. But you got to accept that you need us far more than we need you. It's the same thing I told my foster kids.
Little dark joke there. Hey, funny. Not good to his foster kids. That's a funny image.
And however righteous your cause is, America voted for a guy who doesn't want to embroil this country in another war where we empty the treasury into an endless graveyard. This isn't 2022, and you're not dealing with an old man who couldn't tell Europe from Gilligan's Island. A lot's changed.
Oh, so this is like kind of a politically charged little, like almost like a little new rules thing that Bill Maher would do. So this is like a kind of a little Gutfeld funny opinion piece that he's going to do. That's very anti-Ukraine. Yeah, funny thing to say. America needs, Ukraine needs America more than America needs Ukraine. Yes, unfortunately, Ukraine doesn't have enormous oil reserves, and so America is not willing to occupy that country for the better part of a quarter century, at the cost of many trillions of dollars. But so they're hoping they can extract something. That's how it works. You know, if there's no free aid. You gotta, I won't do a comedy show for free. If I'm going to do a comedy show, you better give me a pretty good mineral deal.
Changed. First of all, for all the talk of Trump being a fascist, right now it's Trump and his crew who are the only ones talking peace. Because just like the chaos of an open border or the crime caused by defunding the police, wars sure look exciting to those who don't have to fight them. Just ask Tim Walz. But Vlad needs to understand what is actually meant by a deal. It means you're not going to get everything you want. You're going to have to bend a little, a lot actually. Because as Trump said, you don't have the cards to play no matter what your Democrat buddies are telling you. You're at the kids' table, and you're still not the tallest one there. See, Vlad got tricked by the people.
A lot of short jokes. Being short is very funny. Small things, small people are funny. Just because people should be tall. I'm just going to say it. People should be average height or taller. Anything shorter than that is ridiculous and therefore hilarious. He's just punching up. Guy, that's a good joke there because Gutfeld is shorter than Zelensky, so that's a nice, very good stuff.
People who can't save him, i.e. the Dems he campaigned with last year and met prior to meeting Trump last Friday. Today, they're about as influential as Dylan Mulvaney at a men's retreat.
Don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is, but the crowd laughed, so it is funny.
And while it's good to see Europe has your back, Vlad, you're asking them to kick Russians out of Ukraine when they can't even kick Hamas out of London.
I don't know what that means, but it's funny.
The Dems used Vlad to provoke a fight with Trump so they could poke the bear.
Someone said trans beer. Oh, that's who Dylan Mulvaney is. Thank you for the clarification. As we know, trans people are important to talk about during comedy. They're the most trending topic for all time. Call back to HamWow. Yes, maybe even. That could be it. Gutfeld probably is a big ShamWow guy watcher.
That is Trump. In a way, they're like your loudmouth friend who starts a fight in a bar and then tells you, go ahead, I'll hold your coat.
Yes. So this is very interesting. So what Gutfeld is doing here, I think he's implying that Zelensky goaded America into the fight with Russia somehow, or invited Russia to invade them somehow. Maybe because he was short. By being short, maybe he annoyed Russia, which made Russia invade, because they thought it would be funny to see a short guy up close. I'm not sure here, but see, this is a funny thing about Rumble is there's like a different kind of reality that occurs here. Like, I remember when Ukraine, it looked like they were invaded, because I remember watching all the videos of like Russians like pouring. It was just like Saving Private Ryan. They're like flying across the border with tanks and helicopters and planes. It looked very much like a Russian invasion. But then I hear a comedian like Gutfeld say, Ukraine started it, which makes me be like, well, there's the things I saw, but then there's the things I hear from very smart people like Gutfeld. And I begin to think, well, maybe Zelensky and Hunter Biden baited Russia by being mean to Putin, who's famously a very kind man.
Zelensky got played. He got snotty with the one group of people on this planet in a position who could save his ass. I mean, imagine being the guy who's about to go to the electric chair, but then you get a call from the governor and you end up telling him that his wife is fat. That's Vlad. And the people who...
Yeah, I don't know if Vlad made a fat joke to Trump there, but maybe he did. I don't know. I didn't hear it, but Gutfeld implies that he insulted him. So, again, comedians are the smartest people.
Wrote your script for you. America's hapless Dems have been wrong on every issue. All those dopes who say what Trump and Vance did was awful were the same people who said Biden was sane. Meaning if Adam Kinzinger, Jen Psaki, Morning Joe, and CNN think Friday was the worst, then you know it was the best. Even more, not knowing where half the money we sent to Ukraine is, not a good look, especially when we have a few budget problems of our own. See, Vlad, you're no longer dealing with an old fart who was last seen getting his casket tailored. Got a new president, and he won't get talked down to by a man who's 5'3" and dressed like a cat burglar.
Making fun of him being short again. Repetition is so important to comedy. Doing the same joke over and over again is really important to drive it home. And he's doing the short joke about Zelensky and making fun of the fact that Zelensky doesn't have a suit, because, unfortunately, I think a lot of Zelensky's suits were probably blown up by Russian cruise missiles, but no excuse.
So, President Z, you're stuck where so many Trump antagonists are these days, in opposition to common sense. This is not America's war. I know that's confusing because most of our wars aren't.
Yeah, common sense. Common sense is just common knowledge, right? It's just common funny. Penises are funny. Buttholes are funny. People from the Middle East are terrorists. Being gay is hilarious. This is called common sense humor. And when you are steeped in common sense, you can understand Gutfeld's jokes really fast.
Voted for the guy who says he'll end this one, and not that cackling hyena who couldn't find Ukraine on a map of Ukraine.
Got him. Yeah, big applause break here.
Thank you. Trump sees an endless war for what it is, a mountain of dead.
I want one thing to happen. I want all of those young people to stop being killed. They're being killed by the thousands every single week. Last week, 2,700 were killed. 2,700 young, in this case, just about all young boys from Ukraine and from Russia. And that's not young people from the United States, but it's on a human basis. I want to see it stop. The money is one thing, but the death.
And all the books behind Trump. It's crazy to think that he's read all these books front to back. Just a powerhouse of knowledge.
And they're losing thousands of soldiers a week.
Now, you can't get more sensible than that.
Yes. I think commonly in war situations, it's Trump is such a radical. Generally, when I watch, I see war movies and stuff like that, like especially around World War II. Generally, the plot line of the movie is a bunch of young men together fighting to save their country, whether it be England or France under Nazi invasion. I think about how much more peaceful those movies would have been if they just said, you know what? The killing must end. We'll accept a German occupation, and Sony business owners will maintain their prosperity here. And we want, really, you should never fight. That's the thing. It's not funny to fight. You guys, everyone should just always give up. Liberals, stop being so mad. Ukrainians should stop fighting. Just accept the Russian occupation. It'll be fine. Just stop getting, liberals get so upset over just the littlest things like invasions.
Which is why all the Dems can do right now is question Trump's methods. Oh, he's such a bully. He's so mean. It's the same thing said about Doge, the border, men and women's bathrooms, and about everything that requires the sense and brains of an adult. But look, Vlad, we could help pull those minerals out of the ground, partner with solid American businesses so that Putin wouldn't dare try it again. After all, Putin never attacked Ukraine with Trump in office. So, buddy, it's time you recognized who your friends really are. It ain't the Dems whispering sweet nothings into your ear. It's the guy who dressed you down in front of the world. So put on your big boy pants, even if it means shopping at Baby Gap. Let's welcome.
Got him. Period. It looks like it's still a comedy show.
She's our favorite
this is like
ham after glazed and honey baked. Outkick columnist Mary Catherine Ham.
Catherine Ham. So he makes fun of the ham. So this has been a real ham-fueled stream. We've had a lot of ham jokes, short jokes. That's a great ham joke there. Her last name's Ham, so he said that she's glazed and honey baked. Great stuff.
Act is a lot like your Netflix password, easy to forget. Comedian Adam Hunter.
Adam Hunter. Never heard of Adam Hunter.
She's part Scottish, part Romanian, and part lens crafters. Host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. And he's like the Jolly Green Giant, except the jolly and the green part. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA World Champion Thomas.
Another comedian. We got a lot of comics. Again, these are all some of the biggest comedians in the industry right now. If you guys don't know who they are, it's your fault for not having common sense.
MCAT, always a pleasure to see you. I don't see you enough.
I know, it's true.
It really is true, but I did install a camera in your apartment, so that's good.
Hey, little surveillance joke there. Haven't seen you in a while, says Gutfeld, but I've installed a little camera in your apartment. So that little phrase there is fast and off the cuff, but it evokes a funny image of an older man masturbating quite vigorously to security cam footage of this young woman who has a funny Ham last name. So great stuff.
So basically, isn't this always the case now? Trump will do something that essentially everybody agrees with, and then the argument is over the methods. Like, he went too far, he's too mean. It's basically, that's all that's left on the table is methods.
Well, and even if they don't all agree with him, many American voters agree with him. I think that's the shift here. It's Zelensky's job to cut a good deal for the Ukrainian people. It's also his responsibility to understand that the political ground in this country is very different than it was a month ago or 20 years ago. And people want an accounting for what exactly we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
That's what they're asking for.
Yeah, it's our money.
Does seem reasonable.
We kind of need
It's
that
our money.
I mean, you know, like I personally need a pool.
A little joke about his finances there. Greg Gutfeld does make a very good living doing comedy, so he is to be taken seriously.
Adam, what do you make of this political situation? You've been following politics for decades.
Yes, by decades, I mean weeks. I mean, the method, look, maybe Trump would have been better off asking him to just write down 5 things he accomplished last week.
Adam Hunter, comedian, who is going to be at the South Point Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, March 7th. That's 2 days from now, guys, to get your tickets. You know, I have to admit, I've never seen Adam Hunter's comedy. Should I see if I got some Adam Hunter's comedy on Rumble here? I kind of want to see what this guy's all about. If he's on Gutfeld, he must be hilarious. He must have some. I'm sorry to derail it a little bit here. I'll remember where we are, but I want to see if Adam Hunter, that's his name, right? Let's see what he's been up to these days. What the hell? I don't see him. Oh, he's not been up to anything, I guess, hey? We got the White Lotus. So on Rumble, you generally don't get what you search for. You don't want to go to... yeah, we can't do it. It doesn't work. His name's Adam Hunter, right? I'm just going to type in Adam Hunter. Doesn't exist. So he must be like a secret comedian. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Nick Piololo. Oh, yes, that's the Italian spelling here. Let's see if we got any Mick DiPaolo stand-up here. A lot of Zelensky stuff. These guys are really obsessed. Probably doing a lot of great short jokes on there. Doesn't really have any comedy. Look at this. So that's perfect. It's really great that they don't post any of their stuff here. I guess they don't want to have any I guess they don't want to have any exposure online just in case someone's explaining their jokes here. I need a Jamie is what I need. I need like Joe Rogan has a Jamie that does this. I thought he had like on his channel. Where is he? I do follow him. Gotta have something about his stand-up special on here. Brian, do you know where I could find any stand-up comedy on Rumble from these people that have appeared on Gutfeld, or is it just, are they all gone? And we're not doing it right. Post a link in the chat, and I will copy paste it into. If you guys post any link in the chat, I will copy paste it into my into my browser bar and download whatever comes up. I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna turn on my funny. There we go. Go back to my thing here, and then I'll go back to this. I just do a couple housekeeping things. See, look at this. We got the Dave Rubin comedy special, and it is not available for people that are not premium subscribers on Rumble. And I'd love to give Dave Rubin more money. Oh, this is where Dr. Disrespect is now. He's on Rumble. So all the best people are moving over to this platform. What have we got? This is my personal feed. I guess we could watch a little bit of Dan Bong I Know if I can't find any stand-up comedy. SNEAKO doing stand-up. All right, I'm gonna copy text. Let's see if this works. SNEAKO doing comedy. Who's SNEAKO? Is he a funny guy? Let's do a little bit of regular stand-up explained here, because I think Gutfeld was good, but it was a little bit too much common sense. Whoa, this guy's big. He's got 415,000 followers. He's here at the Ice House, which I think is in California, where people used to do comedy.
Come on.
You guys look like two different versions of me.
All right, so if you guys could see those people, that would be a great bit there.
You've been getting shitted on all night for being millennials. You know what's funny? They're not even millennials, right? You're 21, 22. You're Gen Z.
You've been getting shitted on. Is a funny phrase. Because I would think you say you're getting shit on. But shitted on is a funnier way to say shit on. Yeah, that implies the act of shitting, which is always funnier.
They're just trying to not die from climate change and antidepressants. Yeah, I'm from New York, as you said. That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you. Walking around LA, it's cool, but I realize I kind of look like a handsome lesbian. You're not supposed to laugh at that.
Huge laugh invokes lesbian. Lesbians are gay. Gay is funny. Just make the connection, guys. It all makes sense.
Racially ambiguous and stuff, you know. When I was a kid, they said I looked like an Asian Barack Obama.
I like when he says racially ambiguous and the camera zooms in so you can get a good look at his race.
I'll take it. I'm mixed, if anyone cares. Anyone mixed in here? A couple? No? Wow, not one? You're just clapping for sympathy. Being mixed is cool, but, you know, when you date a white girl...
Yeah, it's... It is. He's making fun about how it is a horrible life to be mixed race because, you know, generally mixed race people are overly attractive, which can be debilitating.
What did I deal with the white girl last week, and they never know what expectations to have. You know what I mean? I told her that I'm Asian and black. She said, "You're Asian and black?" So.
Oh yes, so perfect. So if you guys remember Common Sense, Asian people stereotypically have tiny wee-wees and black people have giant dongs. And so he's making a joke about that assumption there, which is a classic stereotype. And so the crowd remembers the stereotype and they give it up big time. Is it pronounced SNEAKO or SNEAKO?
You're either going to be kind of surprised or slightly disappointed. 6 is enough, right, ladies? 6 is enough. Yeah, 6 is enough. Come on.
Still a penis thing here.
Yeah. I dropped out of college to make YouTube videos and do comedy. I'm dumb, I know. When you drop out and you have mixed parents, they always have really different reactions every time. My dad's from Haiti. I told him I dropped out. He's actually kind of excited. Uh-oh. You call me Gian? No problem.
So that's a voice. I guess it's a Haitian accent that he's doing there. Always a great. Whenever there's an opportunity to do an accent, do it. He's doing the dad. The crowd hasn't started laughing, and they should have started laughing when he started doing that voice because it's very funny. But we'll sort of hear how this goes.
So I was happy, I had a positive reaction. I told my dad, I'm gay. He went, oh.
Oh man. Okay. So again, he says gay. So again, we remember gay is funny.
For those of you that don't know, that's Haitian Creole translation for I don't love my son anymore. No, I'm playing. I'm not gay, but when I wipe, I get it.
Oh my God, you guys. So he's talking about wiping his butt, and he gets it, which I think he means he enjoys touching his butthole. And so that's, again, two classic jokes we're talking about. Butthole, funny, is a funny area, and gay is a funny practice.
It makes sense. You get that crumb out after a long day. Sorry, I told Rudy I wasn't going to be dirty. I won't do the rest of it. All right, let me do this one thing then.
Oh shit, he's going to be dirty.
I get called fuckboy a lot, like the #1 insult I get to an older crowd. You don't really know what that means. You guys definitely get called fuckboy, right? Definitely. Let me explain. If you ever been to the mall and you see a guy walking up with those Adidas track pants, that's me. I'm that guy.
Okay, I think he's getting, I don't know if that was a joke or he just did kind of the funny face there. Adidas track pants are funny because they're from what funny people wear.
I just don't get how that's an insult. I always ask girls, what do you mean by fuckboy? What does that mean? It means like you look like you don't text back. You look like you play with girls' emotions for sex. Thank you. At least I'm not a nerd anymore. B-Mix is strange, man. It's strange.
All right, so kind of fell a little bit flat there, even though it was very funny, a very funny joke, saying he's kind of implying it's better to be an asshole than be a nice nerd, right? Which is totally true from what I've learned watching Rumble. Women want men who, like I said before, come home after a long day work, punch the front door open, demand some food, and fall asleep on the couch, maybe have a couple beers, and watch a bit of Gutfeld. And that's what women want. Women don't want sensitive men because sensitive men are gay, and gay men don't want women. So, simple.
When I was a kid, I'd always try to sneakily say the N-word in conversation to see if I was allowed. Doesn't work. My friend Draymond roasted me every time. Man, shut your dim-sum looking ass up. Shut your little soy sauce fish head eating ass up.
So these are a little Asian stereotypes here. So the crowd is getting onto this here, and they recognize these stereotypes and are laughing. Very good.
Draymond's actually Swedish. I don't know why he talks like he's a Swedish guy. He's really into cultural appropriation or whatever. Yeah, this is weird. I used to start this bit by saying, clap if you think I'm black enough to say the N-word. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Don't do it. Yeah, sometimes I say that bit to be a couple of Hispanic people clapping in the corner. Oh, like, see, we say it too.
Great accent there, and a little out of his wheelhouse because he did establish his race at the beginning as being Asian and black. So, when you're not on Rumble, you're not allowed to do that accent of outside your race. This is too bad. He's got two races that he could do the accents of. You wouldn't think there'd be a reason to do a Mexican accent, but comedy is legal now.
Sí, señor, you have to live a little. All right, thanks, guys. That's my time. Thank you for coming out.
And that's his set. Holy shit. Right, nice and quick, to the point, very, very fast. Great stuff from SNEAKO. Almost 500,000 followers here on Rumble. I've never heard of this guy before, but definitely very, very funny. Let him know here. Great stuff. Love the accent. What a wonderful place this is. The old Rumbleverse. Do you guys know there's another episode of What's a Girl to Do on here, episode 6. I don't know how I didn't see it last time. But yes, someone says that Dodongo Manoof, that's awesome, you're showing support for these guys. It is nice to get in there and recognize an up-and-comer like that. 500,000 followers isn't what it used to be. You know, if you wanna get booked, you should be looking at 200-300 million followers. And if you're getting to the point where you can sell lunch meats, you're gonna want to be Mr. Beast levels, because lunch meat is really where you unlock the next level of comedy. We are in a golden age. That was such a tight set. If you guys are looking at starting comedy, for one thing, get your IQ tested, because you're going to need to be genius level. And then you're going to have to put together a tight set like that. Get out there, a little bit of crowd work off the front, and then let people know what race you are right off the top of the show. Let them know what accents you're going to be doing, what you can do, what you can't do, and really just talk about what race you are. That's a good thing to do. People love to hear about it. They want to know if they're allowed to laugh or not. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. I gotta go teach piano lessons, but this has been very fun. I'm gonna get some. If you guys have Rumble videos you would like me to watch on the Rumble streams, please join our Discord. Pop them in the Discord. I'll save them on a little file, and I'll check them out on the stream, and we'll have a good laugh. Gutfeld was great. HamWow was so funny. Tell your friends about these guys. Tell your friends about Greg Gutfeld. You know, a lot of people in the liberal cities, they don't watch that guy, and they say the right can't do comedy, but that was nonstop laughs. Yeah. Amazing stream, amazing talking to you guys. Check out our Patreon, check out Jokes Explored. But yes, get in our Discord and throw some Rumble videos in there. This is a lot of fun. It's a good hangout. We'll be back on Friday to finish off Burn the Boats, Joe Rogan's magnum opus, before I assume he gets into politics. So I'll see you guys later. Nice chatting. Good night, everybody.